I've said this many times in my videos. A good haircut can take you from this to this. But before you can undergo this transformation, there are a couple of things you need to keep in mind before going for that haircut. The first thing is knowing your face shape. Picking a style that doesn't suit your skull's natural shape is a big mistake that I see many bros make. And that's why, according to a study by Tony and Kai, 50% of bros immediately hate their hair as soon as they leave that barber's chair. That means half of you who go for a haircut hate what you just paid for. So how exactly do you choose the right haircut for your face shape? Take Henry Cavill, for example. Henry has a square face, which usually comes with a defined angular jaw and is probably the face shape that suits the largest number of hairstyles. Basically, if you have a square face, you have a much easier time finding haircuts that suit you. So what works for you is short back with some texture on top. This brings attention to your jawline. Keep the hair on the shorter side and you'll be all set. If your face is round like Leonardo DiCaprio's, which is wide on all sides, go for styles that add volume without bulk, such as the classic side parting, choppy bedhead looks, and tapers. For an oval head like Justin Bieber's, you can try out any hairstyle because most of them work well. Just try to avoid fringes and make sure that no hair covers your forehead. If you have an oblong-shaped face like Ben Affleck's, go for classic haircuts that let your hair fall naturally, with enough volume. Some recommended haircuts I'd recommend are buzz cut, side parting, or swept back haircut. For a diamond shape like Chris Hemsworth, try a side sweep haircut, or go for a deep side parting. Scissor cuts and fringes also work well too. If you have a triangular face shape like Ryan Gosling's, choose haircuts with fuller sides like messy crop or bedhead looks, since it adds more depth. And if you have a beard, keep it a light stubble. The second thing is finding the right hairstyle. Okay, so the first point also talked about the hairstyles, but still, you shouldn't go to the salon without a hairstyle in mind. The only exception to this rule is if you are sure about the hairstylist's skills and trust them to do a good job, the way I do with my current hairstylist. But before I get to that point, I always went to the salon after I had a hairstyle in mind. And even then, sometimes the hairstylist still messed up my hair. But now I realized that that was my fault. Which brings me to my next post. Make sure you keep your hair type in mind. If you have thin hair, don't go searching for hairstyles that are like this, because you're just gonna end up looking like a troll in a wig. Looking back now, I realized that some of the reasons why I ended up looking like Victor from Despicable Me was that I kept choosing hairstyles that weren't for my hair. Someone with thin or superfine hair might look good with a particular kind of cut, while someone with thick or curly hair will look different with a different cut. Also, be open-minded if your stylist recommends specific changes to what you want, because chances are that their suggestions will suit your hair type better. The fourth thing is to check the salon ratings and the hairstylist. I'm going to say this again. Check the salon ratings and check the hairstylist before you even book the appointment or go to the salon. Check the ratings so you don't end up wasting your money. The fifth and one of the most important things is to know what amount of styling the haircut will need. If you're like me and don't like to stress too much about your hair but also want to have a stylish looking haircut, you need to get a low maintenance hairstyle because, like it or not, many haircuts require a decent amount of styling to look as good as they did in the salon. So before you make any decisions, decide on what you're willing to do each day. Are you okay with blow drying for an hour every morning? Are you okay with applying the hair product to keep the style intact every day? These are just some of the things you need to consider before selecting your haircut. Once you know the effort you need to put in to maintain your new haircut, you are halfway ready. Next thing is preparing to head over for your appointment. It's really not the best idea to arrive with heavy product buildup from styling your hair the day of your appointment, especially if you're getting a dry cut or highlights before washing. This can cause hair color to go on unevenly and affect how your hairstylist checks your pre-cut hair type and texture. I remember hearing from somewhere that it's fine to use products you normally use for your everyday blow dry, but stay away from a lot of hairspray since it can affect the outcome of a haircut. Bring your pictures. This is perhaps the #1 salon rule to remember. Always bring realistic pictures that clearly show the details of what you're looking for. I'm saying this from experience. Some hairstylists are only capable of properly styling your hair if they have something they can reference. Describing the type of layers you're looking for can be difficult, and the stylist might imagine something like this while you're thinking of this. But since a picture is worth 1,000 words, you don't have to worry about saying much. Lastly, when you get to the salon, don't lie about your hair history. I can't believe I have to say this, but don't lie about your hair. Just like how you shouldn't lie to your doctor. Be open and honest with your stylist, because the number of times I've been at the salon and seen people leave with their hair looking worse than they initially arrived is simply because they couldn't just be honest, which is crazy. And the thing is that these hairstylists know if you have used box hair dye at home, so don't bother lying about it. The truth will come out as soon as they begin putting color over the box dye. So just be truthful, bro.